Good day everyone, and welcome to Adventures with Parker. It is day 3 of our Orlando trip, and today is our very first day here at Walt Disney World. Now, I only have 2 days at Disney, which isn't a lot, but you know, I've been a few times before, so I'm really just here to do the new attractions and get to all of my favorites. But I do have Park Hopper, so I'm not really sure how my day is gonna look like yet. I wasn't able to get a virtual queue for Tron or Cosmic Rewind this morning, so I'm hoping to try again around 1. But in the meantime, we are starting our day here at Hollywood Studios, a park that I always really love. I love the old Hollywood aesthetic, and I mean, you have Tower of Terror, you have Rise of the Resistance, and all the Star Wars attractions, so I'm really excited to start my day here. Again, I'm not exactly sure what my day is gonna look like yet. I'm probably going to be ending my day over at Epcot, and I'm not sure how that's gonna work vlog-wise, but that's part of the adventure. So without any further ado, let the Disney adventures begin. Alrighty, we are in the park, and I wasn't going to, but I ended up getting Genie Plus. I didn't have much luck with it during my last visit, but maybe because I'm going to multiple parks today, it might come in handy. Like, it might be a little more beneficial. I don't know. We'll see how it works. If it ends up sucking today, we'll know for tomorrow not to get it. But anyways, my first one is scheduled for around noon for Tower of Terror. It's a little later in the day, but that's a line that tends to get super long. So in the meantime, at the current moment, the line for Rise of the Resistance is only 90 minutes, and I know it's only gonna go up from there. So I am heading straight to Galaxy's Edge to hopefully get on it before, first of all, before it breaks down, because that happened to me last time, and second, before the line gets too unbearable. On second thought, the lineup just exploded, so I'm thinking I'm gonna skip it for now. In the meantime, I might go back and do Star Tours.
G290, are you checking every bag?
Yes, sir. Now, what have we got here? Computer, identity scan, please.
All right, and our first Disney ride of the trip was in fact Star Tours, which is a ride that I always enjoy so much. For a simulator ride, it's really well done, and I love how they switch it up all the time. Like, your sequences are always going to be random, so no 2 rides are the same. And a lot of the sequences that I experienced on this ride were new to me, at least. I hadn't experienced them since my last visit, so it's watched by a gaggle of excited kids there. But I love how, you know, all of those scenes were new to me, so it keeps the ride fresh every single time.
The water's there with me. What could possibly go wrong? Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls.
Oh, excellent. You're all waltzing so beautifully together. Now, let's
Hey, picnickers! Told you nothing was gonna go wrong.
Nothing can stop us now. I knew somehow that we would finally make it. We have one place in mind. Love with you on our side. The stars will be on night. Nothing can stop us
So I have an hour before my next slightly late at Tower of Terror. So I've always wanted to eat at the Sci-Fi Dine-In, and since it's pretty early, like it's just starting to hit lunchtime now, I decided to beat the rush and see if there's any walk-ins available, and apparently there was. So I finally get to experience this, and I'm excited. It's a cool looking place, and the food looks, I mean, the menu sounds great too. Alrighty, my meal has arrived, and I got the barbecue drive-in burger, which comes with a side of fries, and I also got myself a red sangria. Nothing too crazy, but it is very good. But I am excited to dig into the food. I am so hungry. I always forget to eat breakfast on these park days, so yeah, I definitely make up for it at lunch. Alright, so the Sci-Fi Dine-In Theater was really good. A little expensive, to be honest, especially for a burger, but I guess not too bad given the fact that it's a sit-down restaurant here at Disney, and I did have my sangria with it, and that definitely put the price up. My burger was $25, and my sangria was $13, so not terrible, but still a little more than I usually like to pay. But I mean, if you're going there, you're really going for the atmosphere. I mean, I love that classic, like old school drive-in Hollywood kind of vibe. They played a lot of really cool films on there. Like they had a Tom and Jerry cartoon. They had a bunch of ads for old sci-fi and horror films, you know, from the 50s and 60s. And then they also had like little like ads. It was called News from the Future of like new technology or what they thought could be new technology at the time. It was really cool. I mean, I'm someone who really enjoys that classic aesthetic. So it was a great time. And the food was good too. Like I got the barbecue drive-in burger or something to that effect, and it was really yummy. So I'm glad I got to finally experience it. And now we're heading into the Muppet Courtyard to check out Muppet Vision 3D, which is always a must-do when I'm here at Hollywood Studios. We have 20 minutes before my my lightning lane for Tower of Terror, so I think that gives us just enough time to experience this. To stage 3D, it's really top secret.
3D movie. Put on your glasses. Hey, look! Look at the guy in the goofy mask. That's not a mask. Ooh. Sorry, lady.
Oh man, Muppet Vision is always such a delight. I mean, I love the Muppets. Like, I love their brand of humor. So if you do too, Muppet Vision is going to be a great show to catch. It is always a must-do for me here at Hollywood Studios. Not everyone may agree, but for me, it's something you got to do. And there's hardly ever a wait. Like I just walked in to to the waiting area and I got to see the show right away. I didn't have to wait in line at all. So I mean, the ride's great for that. And I think the other thing that the show does so well is that even though it's a 3D show, which have more or less fallen out of fashion in recent years, this show is still, like, it's still timeless and it still holds up really well. First of all, the Muppets themselves are just timeless and classic, but also the show doesn't just rely on the 3D. They also have animatronics, they have all of these cool lighting effects going on. There's like special effects that they incorporate. So there's so many different elements beyond it. I mean, you have Sweetums coming out in a full costume. It is something that's so unexpected, but so cute and so much fun. And I think the other thing is that they fully acknowledge the 3D. It's not like they're trying to hide it. It's like, oh yeah, we are presenting our Muppet version of 3D technology and we're gonna show off all these cheap tricks. So I think that acknowledgement of it makes it a little more timeless and it just works really well. Alrighty, so I just got off of the Tower of Terror, which is always a good ride. I mean, it's one of my favorites on the entire resort, so I'm glad I got to do it. However, I am a bit upset because I had a lightning lane for it, which I did use, but I had to wait in the lightning lane queue for 50 minutes. Now that's from getting into line to getting into the boiler room. That's not including like that loading time and that time you wait within the boiling room. So that's ridiculous. 50 minutes. And the posted wait was really high, like it was 120 minutes or something. But when you got in there, you could see that the queue was very short. Like the entire, like the standby queue, I mean, it was, the end of it was just before you got into the veranda. So they didn't have to wait that long. Well, maybe they did. Maybe they held them off so they could prioritize us, but still, like that's not okay for me. It's not okay for them. And I don't know, because I had issues with Genie Plus last time too, so I thought maybe the kinks would be worked out by now, and that, you know, since I'm doing multi-park and not just Hollywood Studios, it would make it worth it. But right now, I'm really regretting my decision, and I'm even considering maybe going and, I don't know, talking to guest services, seeing if I can get a refund. I don't know if that's something they'd actually do, but I don't know. I'm just really bummed out about that. And I also really wanted to get over to Epcot by 1 so I could get in the virtual queue for Cosmic Rewind. That's not happening now. It's way past 1 at this point, and I'm sure those are all gone. So it's just sucky. I mean, hey, I gotta recognize I'm pretty privileged to be here in the first place. It's still Disney. I still had a pretty good morning, but definitely not the kind of day I was hoping to have.
A few moments later.
Alrighty, so I went over to guest services and lo and behold, they did give me the refund, which I really appreciate. Like, I know that's like a one-time exception kind of thing, but this is why Disney guest services is great. They do go above and beyond when you can, as long as you're polite and understanding. So that's great. I feel a lot better now. Like, I just wasn't getting the value that I needed out of that pass. And again, maybe it'd be better at other parks, but here it just wasn't working for me. But now that I'm kind of free from my other plans, because I was also kind of tied to other attractions over at Epcot, because I didn't really need them. Like, the lines that I had booked for the other attractions weren't that bad, at least according to the app. I have a lot more freedom, and I'm gonna stay in here for one more ride. I'm gonna head over to do Star Wars Rise of the Resistance. The line is currently listed as a 100-minute wait, which is a long time, but not as bad as the one I did 2 years ago. So yeah, I'm gonna wait that one out, and then I'm gonna maybe head over to Epcot after that. All right, we are in the Rise of the Resistance queue, and already a much better experience than it was 2 years ago, because last time we were actually lined up all the way down in the like the Grand Avenue tunnel, but here we're at least starting within the land, so I think it's gonna be all right. Plus last time we had a lot of breakdowns, which fingers crossed, won't be repeated today.
Incoming transmission from Ray. Is everyone assembled? Good. Should we be in flight prep? Recruits, thank you for joining the cause. A covert resistance team led by my friend Finn has infiltrated a First Order Star Destroyer that is now headed to this system. All recruits Deck is in motion.
I am Lieutenant Beck. As you heard from Ray, I have been tasked with getting you to Vakara.
Attention, resistance conspirators. This vessel is now under the command of the First Order. You will exit immediately and prepare for your interrogation.
Why are you going up?
The prisoners have escaped.
How brave, but ultimately hopeless. There's nowhere to run. And then I will destroy you and the resistance.
Great job, recruit. Thanks to your heroism, the location of the resistance base is secure.
And that was Rise of the Resistance. And oh my gosh, that was such a redemption ride for me. Not only for the Genie Plus debacle earlier, but because for those of you who don't know the full story from my last visit, Mike and I waited for Rise of the Resistance for 3 or 4 hours. The ride had suffered multiple breakdowns during that time. And we just found out when we were waiting that long, like, it was just really hard on us and we did not find the experience to be worth it. But this time around, because the line moved so quickly, I mean, it was posted as a 105-minute wait. It only ended up being not even an hour to get to, I mean, at least the first pre-show, which is where I consider the experience to really start. So totally worth it. The line moves super fast. And I mean, the ride is incredible, both from a storytelling perspective and from the technology that they have in it. It is just so much fun. And I'm just really happy. Like, this turned my whole day around. Hello, how are you doing today?
I'm alright, how are you?
Good, good.
You're not transmitting this to any of the First Order, are you?
No. I'm definitely on the Resistance side.
Alright, good. But have you been staying out of trouble then?
For the most part. I mean, as easy as, you know, it's kind of hard to stay out of complete trouble here.
They're everywhere today, aren't they?
Yeah, they are.
It's awful. My friend Vimerati, she calls them bucketheads, so I'm inclined to agree with her. I think that's an appropriate name for it.
I think that makes sense. Come to Batuu and not get some blue or green milk. Now, I tried the green one last time and it wasn't, like, it was okay. It wasn't my absolute favorite, but I really wanted to try the blue milk this time. And that's exactly what we are gonna do. Oh, and I should probably also mention, this is the alcoholic version. So it has everything that the non-alcoholic one does, plus a little bit of rum. Alrighty, another food item I've been wanting to try for a while are the Ronto wraps. And they have 2 different locations to get them. You can get them from Ronto Roasters, which unfortunately is closed at the moment, or you can get them here at Docking Bay 7, which is kind of nice that you have a couple of options to get them from. But it looks really good. You got lots of veggies in there. You got the sausage, or, you know, the Ronto meat. You've got cheese. You've got a nice little sauce. It looks super yummy, and I'm excited to dig in. I'm so glad that I got to check out Batuu for a while. It is such a fun area to explore, and I'm glad I got to try, you know, some of their signature food and drink items. I mean, I've had like the flavored milks before. Again, that was my first time trying blue milk. Definitely prefer it over to green, but that's just me. I know some people out there may disagree. and the Ronto wrap was so yummy. Now the only thing is that I accidentally got the regular Ronto wrap instead of the Ronto less wrap, which is the one that I really wanted to try. But I mean, the actual meat one was good. And I mean, I'm not a vegan or a vegetarian myself, so like, it's not like I can't have meat, but I would have liked to try the meatless option just because I've heard from my friends that it is really good. So maybe next time I'll remember. But now that I am fully fed and have done pretty much everything I wanted to do in this park, at least for today, I am going to head out, hop aboard the Skyliner, and finish off my day at Epcot. So again, I'm not really sure if that's going to be a separate video or if we're just going to wrap it all in one. Either way, I will see you in a moment. So it pretty much just ended up doing 2 parks per day, one in the morning and one in the afternoon. So that is going to do it for this vlog. Of course, in my next video, we are going to head on over to Epcot. And then for the remaining 2 videos, I'm going to have a vlog dedicated to Animal Kingdom. And then the last installment in the Florida trip series will mostly focus on Magic Kingdom, but I did slip over to Epcot for a few hours to do Cosmic Rewind. So I guess that'll be the only video where we do multiple parks in one. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this first part of the Disney portion of the Florida trip. I know I had a really great day here in Hollywood Studios, and as messy as it was, that ending bit in Galaxy's Edge really redeemed that entire day for me. Not that it was a bad day, I mean, I really got to do everything I wanted, but Genie Plus did mess me up and was a bit of a downer, so I'm glad we were able to course correct and end on a high note there. But yeah, like I said, there's lots more to come, so if you don't want to miss any of those adventures or any other adventures from theme parks, attractions, and beyond, you might want to consider becoming a subscriber. You can also find me on social media. I'm at ADVParker on Instagram, Threads, and Twitter, and at Adventures with Parker on Facebook and TikTok. So follow me over there to continue the conversation and check out some of the other content I post on those platforms. As always, I gotta give a huge shout out to my Patreon supporters for always going above and beyond and supporting this channel and helping me just grow and expand and make this channel the best that it can be. And if you would like to do the same by supporting the channel with a monthly donation in exchange for some sweet perks and bonus content, you can learn more by visiting patreon.com/ADVParker. Once again, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it so much. And until next time, the adventures are calling. See ya!
Blow your video.
It's not good.
Yeah, come on!
Goofy's ahead of me, oh my gosh.